Okay, so let's make a reactor. I start with a circle, and then I make a base height from the center of the circle about 45 times its diameter. At this moment, I use a rectangle. I start with a line, and then from there I make on the axis of the 3D program that I use a tool to design tools and equipment for oil refineries. I make use of the follow me tool, and then I make yeah, it's a cylinder, and the cylinder needs a top cap for it to be a reactor. So I start with from the midpoint of the top of the cylinder. I need a small attachment tool and a small thing to make connection. And at this moment I use the circular thing, but it needs to be a triangle. And at that simple fact to make a top cap, it needs a quarter of the size, and there is this the other yeah, connecting part that you can looks very pretty, like a heliocentric thing, but sadly it can't go round, can't do more than 90, 100 to 200 degrees, so I had to adjust my position. And there is the top cap for the reactor, and it's supposed to be a rather thing that it needs at the bottom as well, so I copy paste. And there is the pretty heliocentric half Earth thing which we all wanted. Now bottom cap, and at this moment there is ongoing work at ExxonMobil about a reactor that needs to be put upright. They alerted me that at a 2.3 kilometers distance it could be anything, but that was over 27, 28 months ago. And I see that the reactor is rather under discussion whether it needs to be connected up and hooked up. I want to be in the contract. I'm a freelance engineer and I work in Rotterdam port area, and I want to develop my skills as an engineer, but at this moment I am designing in 3D programs because it's very nifty and quick to design and extrapolate your thoughts into a model. As you can see on the video, there is a fact about making a base connection load. Some framework that needs to be adjusted, and as you see that frame is going to be 3 frames from the size of the reactor to support its foundation. It's going to be 120 degrees turn, and I have now 2 of them in position. And then I accidentally copy paste the result of the copy, and that makes it a rather problematic thing. So I have to select the first one again, and then I have the problem with setting at the height, and then I make sure that I connect it to the bottom layer. And then it goes another awkward, that one frame goes into another frame. I don't know how that's supposed to work, but as you see, that's a flaw, that 2 beams are stuck into each other. That's why the 123 degrees remind me of a Mercedes, and Mercedes is, yeah, as the logo points out, it's from 3 sides at a 120 degree angle, makes a full circle of 360 degrees. I then start measuring at the reactor itself. As I measure the reactor, I come out that the diameter is 2642 millimeters, which makes it a marker point for me to edit the video as well. And I then measure that there's 500 something on the base block to connect on the side of the reactor to support its foundations. And I make a circle. And at the circle I find that it needs to be the diameter roughly slightly bigger than the reactor itself, so that it can also scan and intercept with the later on to be added extra models. Maybe I'm going to make some models to assist my main contract with Fluor Madrid, and as that works out, I find that I cannot connect the top point at all. The top point is unable to be connected to the round circular thing, and that's why I make sure that I try to find that right middle point. But as I proceed with the call, there is now a connection from the top part of the base layer of the framework, and as that points out to the connection angle. It's supposed to be 120 degrees, and it works quite smoothly because the circle has the nice connections points. 120 degree angles is normal for 3 foundations, and here it is, the sort of thing that reminds me about Mercedes reactor. I make sure that I can do triangular calculations on it, and I make sure that I can do the right course of action if necessary. But at this moment, it's a crude design that I made for 2 companies in Rotterdam Port, Fluor and ExxonMobile. As they are about to intercept, there is this call as well. It's not really scanning inside, don't worry about it, it doesn't work like that. It's a simple 3D design tool that I use, and it's going to connect, yeah, sort of the framework on a big reactor for oil and gas. As I now work out whether I can adjust it to the inside, I cannot, and that's where I choose to abort recording further video in the SketchUp program, because I was supposed to align it that it was going to be sort of equipresential across the reactor. At this moment, I do not have control over process flows or process dynamics. But I thank you for your time. My name is Simon Bastian Pieter, and you can reach me on the cell phone 06 234 000 26.